Hello everyone, welcome back to PassionWaterTarot. Alrighty, so here we are with the third and final reading for the Sunday missing person cases. This one's going way back in time. It feels like anyway. It seems like it's been forever. It's been 26 years. It's one you may have heard of recently, as there's been some new updates. So let's go over it a little bit together, and then we're going to ask Spirit to, let's go ahead and do it now. Spirit, please come into this reading with love and light to provide the highest level of clarity to those receiving messages, and ask the chakras be cleared to allow those messages to be received with ease. Morgan Chantel Nick, born September the 12th, 1988, disappeared about 10:45 p.m. June the 9th, 1995. She was a little 6-year-old girl playing with some other kids at a Little League baseball field in Alma, Arkansas. She is Caucasian, and she was born in Ozark, Arkansas, just so you know. What can I tell you about her disappearance? They were at the ball field. She went to play with a few more children, and she disappeared. She vanished off the face of the earth. And for over 26 years, they have not been able to get any credible leads to where she's located. Would her mother absolutely love to find out that she has survived this ordeal and that she can come home safely? Absolutely. Mom started a foundation to help locate missing children, to help families deal with what they're going through. And that's very admirable. But recently, they uncovered at the actual ball field a picture of the red truck with white camper that everybody always suspected in her disappearance. But it was always just something that they thought maybe. But now they actually have it, a picture of it. They actually know what this truck looks like. They actually know what the truck looks like that they suspect took Morgan. What's in the guy's name? There's a man that they actually suspect kidnapped Morgan, who died in prison. He was a veteran. He had served in World War II. And then he worked in Dallas in the early 70s. His name is Billy Jack Links, Lincks. So the first thing I want to say is anybody who is anywhere near Alma, Arkansas, when little Morgan disappeared, replay your memories. See what you can trigger out of your memories that you can notify the FBI. It's 1-800-CALL-FBI, by the way. Look in your pictures if you have any pictures from Alma, Arkansas. You may very well have caught a picture of the man in the truck, or if you know Billy Jack Links, who they suspect has links to Tennessee. And I meant to do this while ago. How far is Alma? Where is Alma, Arkansas? Bring up a map real quick. It's not too far out of Fort Smith. Well, I see Clarksville, Tennessee. Where's the Tennessee line at? It's really not that far. Huh. Maybe an hour, hour and a half. Well, we all know that predators will sometimes go out of their way to attack people in areas where they're really not going to stand out in the crowd. You know, they're not the everyday Tom, Dick, and Harry that you see at the grocery store or at the gas station. So they think they can veer into town and veer out after they've done their damage. But Billy Jack, he died in prison in 2000. He has a heck of a rap sheet. And he has connections to Oklahoma, Tennessee, Texas, Mississippi, Missouri, Louisiana, all these states that are kind of grouped together down here where I'm at. He even has cases of sexual assault. I'm going to put up for a thumbnail the picture of Morgan, but I'm also going to split it with a picture of the truck. If you knew anybody that had a truck like that, did they bring it into your shop? Did they do business with your husband? FBI wants to know. So let's get on with the reading and see what Spirit can tell us about the day that Morgan disappeared. The synopsis for the reading is, I like you. Oh, goodness. Somebody's trying to be a friend. Someone likes you. Romance is blooming, fun, flirting, wanting to date. That's fine and dandy if you're consenting adults or the same age group. You know, young people date too. But whenever you're talking about an older adult and a 6-year-old child, that's creepy. That's not comfortable. I'm going to go back to the word creepy because it's creepy. It's not acceptable in our society. Children can't make those kind of decisions for themselves. They're not mature enough yet, no matter what some people think. What's the romance card for this reading? Past life relationship. You have known each other before. That leads me to believe that he had seen her before, maybe earlier in the day, playing outside her house, at school, driving through town. Just kind of stalked her for the day and found the opportunity to grab her. Whew. This is giving me such a heavy feeling on the inside as questions are popping in my mind. It's very sensitive. She is a very sensitive little girl. Archangel Haniel, you are extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your feelings. I feel like she was not completely comfortable when he approached her to talk to her. And she was torn between being polite to an adult, which at the time was what was expected from children. I mean, this is 1995. Very much expected from children that they would be polite to all the adults around them. And he grabbed her. I see that. I see him grabbing her and manhandling her and scaring her. So, Spirit, what can you tell us about the day that she disappeared? Well, we have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. That is her energy coming through to us. That is her loss of her freedom, feeling trapped, that this person was not there to do good for her, to help her in any way, that she had been tricked, that she was in the presence of evil. What was the challenge to this for Morgan, Spirit? The challenge is the High Priestess in reverse, finding out his true intentions. Things being revealed very quickly. She knew pretty much right away that she was in trouble, that she was trapped, and that something bad was going to happen to her that she was not going to be able to control. So what happened to Morgan on the day that she disappeared? Yeah, she was playing with friends. This is a community. She was in her community, in her safe zone. That's so disturbing. This little 6-year-old child is in her safe zone with her community, playing, having fun, doing what 6-year-olds are supposed to be doing. That's what happened. And somebody took advantage of that situation. So, what? Yeah, it was a very unhealed, unhealthy individual, a very disturbed individual, somebody who wasn't interested in healing. They felt that they deserved this anger. They deserved this passion of theirs. They deserved to hurt others, to cause this disruption. And they silenced her. This is silence. This is silence in Morgan. This is taking away her voice, taking away her right to talk to those that she loved, removing her from her community, from her mother, from this life. And Seven of Wands in reverse. Really, Spirit. It's like he has a network. Huh. That might be something for the police, the detectives, the investigators to invest in, is that this person has a network. They have other people that they've spoken to about their crimes, about their fantasies, about their abnormal thinking. Whether they did that online or in person, they have a network. It might have been their people they were in prison with. It might have been family, friends. But the wheel of fortune is turning in everybody's direction that is invested in this reading. All the family, friends, soul tribe, detectives, and investigators. Things are about to come up, to be opened, to be exposed, to be able to move forward, to be able to have answers. Spirit, can you guide us to where there's evidence to support bringing justice to Morgan's case? So we get 2 5s. Very difficult. Yeah, it's very difficult. It's very. I see all these people. People that are not opening their mouth. People that feel like they're trying to protect somebody and they're willing to fight to the death for it. And whether that's friends, family, co-workers, people that he was in prison with or is in prison with, they don't know for certain that he did it. It may not be Billy Jack. Odds are looking really good towards him, but, they've had other prime suspects that have not panned out. But this person seems to have people they've told. There's people that know more than they have revealed. And whether that's family, that's really what's clicking in my mind. Like there's a family member. And there's a lot of controversy in this family regarding this person. I feel like they have done damage to other family members, that they have done damage to other children. And we have a side story. Page of Pentacles in reverse, yeah. Uh, not being able to offer a feasible alibi. Changing patterns. So this is Death card. Changing patterns. So that you kind of fade into the woodwork from what you were doing that allowed you to commit that crime. So you don't do that no more. You go over here and you do something different because you're thinking 3 steps ahead of everybody else to keep yourself out of the frying pan. But it's turning your world upside down because it's constant change, constant turmoil, and you're constantly having to second guess yourself. That's the world in reverse and the 2 of Pentacles. 6 of Cups is here. Well, I felt that earlier when that 10 of Pentacles came out. I'm telling you, I really think he saw her earlier in the day and spoke to her. Or spoke to her mama. Spoke to somebody. Maybe it was the school teacher, the bus driver. I don't know. But this is not, it's not his first rodeo. And he is a magnificent liar. Magnificent liar, the Knight of Swords in reverse. Yeah, he can't tell the truth about anything. And it's to the point that he believes his lies. He believes them to be true. Let's see what the card affirmation or the quote of meditation is for the people that are invested in this reading. It's a quote of meditation. See if I can read it. No matter how many excellent deeds you may have performed for 1,000 eons, such as generosity or making offerings for the Buddha, they all perish in one fit of anger. One fit of anger. They all perish. That's right. You could be Mother Teresa, and if you have one fit of anger and hurt somebody deliberately and intentionally, all your good deeds are out the window. So no matter how much others are trying to defend you that you were always there for them, that does not mean that you're a good person. Spirit, can you guide us to where Morgan's remains are located? I don't feel like he ended up disposing of her alone. I feel like there was somebody with him. That's why we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. He was not alone. He did bury her. And we have two cards here for about where her remains are at. The Five of Cups in reverse. A place that he is very, very fond of. A place that meant something special to him. King of Swords in reverse. No, it didn't. It did not. But in his lies, it did, okay? So, it's a place where he has created these stories in his mind that this place holds these amazing memories. And that's what he tells people. But that's why he goes there often, or that he went there often. But the reason he goes there is because Morgan's there. I do feel like he strangled her. That's the silencing of her. And it feels like it happened very quickly after he grabbed her. That once she knew she was in trouble, which was almost immediately, she was no longer compliant. She was fighting for her freedom and for her life. And I don't believe that he had the opportunity to abuse her. I won't use the word because you know how YouTube is. I don't believe that he was able to take advantage of that 6-year-old little girl in an adult fashion before he strangled her out of anger and frustration, because he did not expect this 6-year-old girl to be quite as resilient as she ended up being. She ended up being quite resilient. Here. I need to clarify the Five of Cups and the King of Swords in reverse. Five of Pentacles in reverse. She may not be the only one there. He was not alone when he put her there. Somebody knows this. So let's talk to Spirit about that. Spirit, is it a family member that is aware of where Morgan's remains are located? Is it a family member of this man who's aware of where Morgan is located? Is it his friend? Is it a criminal? Is it a person that he trusted? Or was it a person that he was just taking advantage of? The Fool in reverse. Somebody that was a little slow. Somebody who isn't going to just leap off the side of the cliff. They're a little slower. They take things a little slower. Um, I'm not trying to be ugly, but I'm seeing this person like a hillbilly. Somebody who's very, very country. Very slow movement, slow talking. And that is clarified by the Nine of Cups. Somebody who is happy to be of use to him. This person may be mentally challenged because they don't seem to have any remorse for the situation or for being there to help him. But then again, they may have just went out and dug a hole with him to help him dig a hole, and not knowing what he was going to place in that hole, he may have given them some other excuse. But this person seems very country, okay? And that sounds so insulting. And I live in the country, okay? So don't come after me for that. They just seem very, they seem very much like my daddy. God rest his soul. But just very laid back kind of people. Very nonchalant. So what's the most likely outcome of this reading? The Four of Cups. Finding answers. Finding Morgan. Finding the solution to the situation. Because that's the 1111 card. That's the foundation for happiness. This is bringing comfort to all those invested in Morgan and bringing Morgan justice. And that's clarified by the Six of Swords in reverse. No longer having to wonder, no longer having 1,000 questions, having the answers that are needed in this case. Once again, I really want to encourage anybody who is near Alma, Arkansas. The date again of her disappearance is June the 9th, 1995. If you were there any time that week, check your film, check your memory, check yourself, and see if you have any memory of any interactions with Morgan or with anybody that might have been in a red truck with a white camper. Somebody that might have made you uncomfortable as they parked down the street from the park, from the school, by the school bus, by the store. That maybe they stared a little too long. What do you remember about that person? The FBI would like to speak to you. 1-800-CALL-FBI. It's time to bring Morgan home. So for all those invested in this reading, let's get your card advice from Spirit, Spirit Guide, Angels and Ancestors, to family, friends, soul tribe. Detectives, investigators, those who are searching, and all the sleuths everywhere. Sanctuary. He took her to his sanctuary. Wow. Privacy, inviolate personal space, restricted boundaries, and taboos. No, he didn't. Taboos. Taboos. He did not restrict her space. They're desperately trying to find out who owns that truck, or who might have had access to a truck just like that back then in that area. Now, mind you, it could very easily have been somebody traveling through, and most likely was, because he took her somewhere else. I got another question before we finish up, okay? Spirit is Morgan in Tennessee. I have a leaf on the floor. Page of Swords. Wow. Message of truth. A message of balance. A message of honesty. Yeah. She most likely is in Tennessee. I want to ask one more. Spirit is Morgan in Arkansas. Nine of Cups in reverse. Nope. Nope. Nowhere near her happy place. See, that dream's coming true. That is not so much. She's not close to home. She's not. And that the location is clarified by the Empress in reverse. Yeah, she's not close to Mama. There was quite a bit of distance between her and her safety zone. So, thank you all for being here for Missing Person Sunday. And remember 2 things about these readings. Number 1, under no circumstance will I ever request or expect financial rewards of any kind for missing person or criminal case readings. Okay? Number 2, if you are a friend or a family member of somebody who's missing and you would like a reading, please email me at PassionWaterTarot@gmail.com. Please include on that email, do you want the reading to be public or private? I will do either one for somebody who is closely invested into the case, because not every case needs to be public whenever we're looking for answers and solutions to bringing them home. So, thank you all so very much for all your support for the last 2 years. And don't forget, hey, go right down there and hit subscribe if you haven't already done so. And don't forget to hit the word all so you receive notifications when future readings are uploaded and available. Now I send all my love and light to Morgan and her family. Namaste.